We shall see.
Fuck Texas. That's the reason why we're here, because of Texas. We're tired of playing in the Big 12 because we can't beat Oklahoma. So why don't we just go to the SEC and then we're going to be able to compete because we can schedule Alabama and then we beat Georgia so we can go to the SEC. Fuck Oklahoma.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Two Peas in a Pod with Tim and Ryan. As always, I'm Tim. That's my dog, my brother, my brethren. You know what I'm saying? My dog, Frank Dank, a.k.a. Ryan. What's going on, big dog?
What's up with y'all? How y'all doing, man? How you doing, dog?
Oh, I'm good. Need I say it, bro? Football is back. Football is back.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I'm great. I'm great.
It's going to be, on the college side, the most interesting season.
Yes,
and
it is.
with the rookie quarterbacks in the NFL, it has the potential to be. We could be getting ready to see the beginning of the NFL for the next 15, 20 years.
Yes, but especially with the transfer portal, and like you got a bunch of QBs that have been playing in college for 4 or 5 years. So the developmental process is way different now.
Mm-hmm.
Like people playing for like 3 or 4 different schools by the time they're a senior. That shit still just is fucking mind-boggling to me.
I mean, look, they're trying to police it. I figured they was gonna come up with something. They're thinking about eliminating spring transfer.
I saw that too. Yeah.
So that means, look, bro, once you transfer, let's say you lead the team in December, go to a different school.
Right.
That's gonna be your decision until next December.
Yep.
You know, you're not gonna be able to wait, see who come in and all that. People might leave last minute because they know they're not gonna get the job. So let me hurry up and go to UMass.
Right.
Or somewhere, something like that. So I figured they was gonna come up with a way to police it. I just didn't know how. So that might be the way.
Now, if you had to really, let's say they made you like the commissioner or whatever for the day, if you had to fix like the transfer portal, and regulate the whole NIL situation, what would you do?
I mean, that's a great question, and to be honest, I'm not entirely sure. Maybe you can set like individual performance, like performance-based bonuses to try to keep kids at certain schools.
Right.
But like if you know you start the season like a Florida State, there's already a couple dudes. I'm done. You already like you just get that thought, with how everything is. So I mean, it's going to be an ongoing developing situation. You got to feel like, I mean, we already starting to hear about GMs. Like college is literally becoming the NFL. 2-minute warning. They got coaches talking to them in the headset.
Yeah.
In the helmet like the NFL. I mean, soon they're gonna change the kickoff, which is
so yeah, they go what they're doing with the NFL kickoff this year. I totally agree. By like give it about 2 or 3 years, they might implement the same thing in college.
Which I'm really, I don't want to see that.
I don't either.
I mean, this like a 2-minute warning. It's like, bro, like you're taking all the feel of this is college.
Yeah.
Away. Like I've always been pro pay to player, but
it's ruining the game. It's ruining the integrity of the game, plain and simple.
Just with the transfer rule. Now, if it had the old transfer rules, you'll still see guys getting the transfer portal, but you know what I'm saying? That playing right away would slow it down a bit. But
me personally, with the transfer portal, there's 2 things I would do to regulate it. Whatever school, of course, you're gonna have multiple schools throwing NIL offers at you. Whatever school you choose, if things don't work out with that school and you decide you want to transfer, if I was like the commissioner or whatever, I would make it to where if you take the offer at that school and they pay you this NIL money or whatever, if you decide you want to transfer, you can't get NIL nowhere else. That's what I would do. I would say you can't get NIL nowhere else, and then like when you transfer from that school, that negates your NIL opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't get the, and maybe I can't even say that because I was gonna say maybe pay a portion of that money back, but no, fuck that. They get they make so much money off these players, like they don't need it. And also, I think after if you decide to transfer twice, after the second time, then you got to sit out a year before you can play. That's what I would do.
But a lot of kids to sidestep that, they just graduate early because they never go home.
That too.
They take summer school classes.
Okay.
So that's how they get past that. But it kind of sounded like to me you wanted to go back to the old school way, which they could change it back. They could change it back. I mean,
just with the NIL, just with the money, naming the NIL money.
But I mean, that gives them the freedom to go out and sign footballs, go out and sign jerseys or posters or whatever, have, book meetings, signing meetings and things like that. So then with the car dealerships and the social medias and I mean, Shador is getting down there $5 million.
That we know of. He probably that we know of. He's probably getting more than that.
Boy got KFC commercials, man. That's crazy.
Just imagine, but I do agree with a lot of what a lot of these NFL players are saying. It's like, bro, y'all so worried about this NIL money. Like, take care of what you got to take care of in college, and then once you get to the NFL, the money you're gonna see in the NFL is way more than what the fuck you seeing in college.
Mm-hmm.
So that, I mean, I do hope they get it. I'm happy the players are getting paid, but with the transfer portal and all that shit, I do have to regulate it and get it under control because it's getting to a point where it's kind of getting out of hand. Like I was asking you today. You remember Malachi Nelson, right? Got recruited and committed to OU. So he recruited and committed to OU when Lincoln Riley left. He up and went to USC with Lincoln Riley. He was the backup for Caleb 2 years in a row. He transferred again to go to Boise State. He didn't even get the starting QB job there.
And the guy there transferred to Arkansas, and then there was another guy that transferred for somebody else somewhere else, and then he got that job. So, I mean, Malachi, he was there with I want to say with Kyler. Maybe he got there the year Jalen.
No, I thought he was a freshman the year that Caleb and Spence was there, or like he was still like a senior in high. I don't think he even got the. I don't think he was in college when Caleb was there, when Caleb was at OU.
He might have came in 2020 because Spence got there 19.
Right.
He was in a 19 recruiting class. I know he either has 1 or 2 more years left of eligibility.
Yeah, I think so too.
He was at OU, I believe a good 2 years, maybe even 3. But then with the COVID year, you get an extra year.
Right.
So he may have 1 or 2 more years left.
Well, if he does
2 at USC, that's 4. So that's it.
If he does play, like, boy, you better make the fucking best of it if you want any shot of playing in the NFL.
Not unless he gets a medical red shirt.
We shall see. But since we're talking about college football, so the first games of college start Thursday. By the time this episode drops, it'll probably be going on. But anyway, since we already talking about college football, we gonna predict our 12 teams. Since this is the first year of the 12-team college football playoff, we're gonna predict what 12 teams are going to make the college football playoff. So Ryan, I want you to give me the 12 teams that you think are gonna make the college football playoffs. They don't have to be in order. They don't have to be ranked. Just give me your 12 teams that are going to make the college football playoff.
Way to put a nigga on the spot there. All right. All right. We're gonna go Georgia.
Okay.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm. That's 2.
Ohio State.
Okay.
Penn State.
Okay.
Oregon.
Okay.
I hate to say it, but I'm real about this. Texas.
Okay, I do. Whether you like it or not. This where it start getting tricky.
Yeah, because like, do I say Michigan? Clemson is not being talked about. If I'm Dabo Swinney, that's exactly what I want. TCU might be scary good. There's about 5 to 7 schools in the Big 12 that you gotta imagine the Big 12 champion is getting in.
Yeah.
That you can imagine is gonna make the playoff.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, the Big 12 is like literally the deepest. I'm gonna go Miami.
Okay.
Michigan.
Okay.
I can't pick. Yes, I can. I want Colorado to be the Big 12 champion, but I feel like it's gonna be between like a Utah, Oklahoma State, maybe Texas Tech might surprise us, Baylor. But yeah, I'll go Utah or the Big 12 champion.
Okay.
We'd have to honestly, realistically.
Yeah, you get. I think you got 3. What is that? 9 or 10.
Yeah, yeah. That's 9. I got 3 more. So I'm thinking about each one I'm picking. So realistically, if we're at the for OU, if we're at the the Mizzou, Alabama, LSU part of the schedule, and we have no losses or 1 loss, you gotta imagine they can go lose all 3, lose 1, win 2, or win 2, lose
There's
1.
1.
So there's a real chance, but Oklahoma would have to win at least 2 of those games.
Right.
And that's just saying if they have a loss before then.
Right.
Because you got Ole Miss, Texas, who else?
Bama.
Before the Bama LSU.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
And then if you want to throw them in
Texas.
there, South Carolina.
South Carolina. That's not South Carolina. The record might say, but that's not an easy win if you're a team on the bubble. Now,
Right.
like if you're on the LSU, Georgia, Alabama side of it, that's going to be a winnable game for you. But depending how it goes, throw in Oklahoma.
Okay, that's 10.
Then you gotta imagine, maybe not this year, but an FCS school gets in there. But shit, I'll throw in maybe a Clemson, and for my last one, maybe a Nebraska or Wisconsin, because
Okay.
Matt Rule is in there year 2, and his track record in college.
Right. Yeah.
And Nebraska was in a lot of games last year where
They made him competitive. They made it competitive.
They could have won 9, 10 games last year. It all came down to the fourth quarter at the end.
And then
like
what's his name?
7 games.
What's his name? Dylan Raiola. He's supposed to be a hot QB prospect this year, so it'd be interesting to see, how he comes in and what he looks like in that starting QB role in Nebraska.
And this is not me going against the grain on that. I understand that. I think they gave him like $1 million. He's a true freshman.
Yeah.
Now that Trevor Lawrence was a true freshman. What did he do this
right?
freshman? You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't necessarily mean. I mean, albeit Jameis was a redshirt freshman, he still was a freshman.
Right.
What did he do that year? So that doesn't mean he's not going to be good, but freshmen do make freshman mistakes.
And he's playing in the Big Ten, and the Big Ten is going to be a much more competitive conference. It's just not. It's not just going to be Ohio State and Michigan this year. Ohio State, Michigan, and Penn State. You got USC, UCLA, fucking Oregon. You got them. You got those teams to worry about. For my 12, I'm gonna go Georgia, Ohio State, Oregon, Bama, Texas, Oklahoma,
6,
Notre Dame, Miami, Clemson, Penn State, Utah, and I think Colorado sneaks in.
They realistically, Colorado would it will favor them going into the Big 12 championship game undefeated.
Yeah, and it would.
Then they would have to win about, I want to say 7, but they'd have to win 6 games. Like, I'm talking about like games you weren't sure about. They'd have to win 6 of those games like very convincingly.
Right. And I didn't even look at that. Let's look at their schedule this year. Because I didn't even
their first 3 games is not easy. You got North Dakota State. Then you got Nebraska. Then you got Colorado State.
Baylor.
Their first 3 games, they're gonna have to play.
Yeah. Then they get into the gauntlet of the Big 12. Then they got Baylor, UCF. Baylor ain't never been no slouch in the Big 12.
No.
Then they get Kansas State. Then they get Arizona. Then Cincinnati.
The Arizona, I mean, that quarterback was able to keep a decent amount of that team after the coach left.
Yeah. And then the last 3 weeks is really like, that's when they hit the cream of the crop. That's when they start playing the cream of the crop in the Big 12. They got, so they last 4 weeks, they get Texas Tech. Then they got Utah, Kansas, and Oklahoma State.
Nigga, that's easily right now 1 and 2. That's
they got nice. I think the best hope for Colorado to make the Big 12 championship and to get into the college football playoff. They got to have maybe 1 loss going into those last 3 weeks, maybe, and then they have to hope to win 2 to 3 of those games. They got to either win all 3 or they got to win at least 2 of them. That Utah game, that's going to be tough because Utah has shown the ability to be a competitive team.
I mean, bro, like I rewatched that Rose Bowl Ohio State game. They had to. I mean, Ohio State had to play them.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Caleb Williams talked about that in an interview, and they were saying like Utah is a different. They're not one of them teams that they say when you play them at night, Utah is a completely different team. And it definitely seems like that. Like that crowd, and I think it's just Pac-12 football in general.
Fam. When they played USC hit that Heisman year, bro, they teammate had just passed, bro. Oh man. Yeah. And they just won the Big 12 the year, or the Pac-12 at the time the year before.
Yeah.
With most of that team coming back.
Then they felt like they had something to prove because it was like, well, everybody's talking about USC and da this and da. Like, let's not forget, like, we fucking been here. So y'all gonna have to respect us. So I'm just excited for this year, man. This is gonna be a crazy year. Then, like with the 12-team college football playoff, that also ties into like the NFL season. So we're gonna have
playoff games on
every
Saturday
single day. Saturday, Sunday, Monday to we're literally for about a month straight, we're gonna have a football game every single day. I can't wait, bro. I can't. That's gonna be crazy. I can't wait, dog. Hell, I might be over your house 3-4 days out the week.
Where you at the crib?
Yeah, watching the game.
Already got the grill fired up. Come on, man. Waste time.
I'll show when people hit me up, what you doing tonight? I'm gonna send them a picture of me doing this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. See, he already know what's up. What's happening.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So let's go ahead and transition into the NFL, man. What we're gonna do this week, we're going to talk about we're gonna predict our NFL awards. First up, we're going to do Offensive Rookie of the Year. The Vegas odds have these 5 guys at the top of the list for Offensive Rookie of the Year. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Marvin Harrison Jr., Bo Nix, and Malik Neighbors. Ryan, you go ahead and you pick yours first. I know what you're saying.
Caleb Williams.
I ain't mad at that. I mean, I can't be mad at that because he's the favorite.
Now, look, I'm not sitting here and saying Chicago is going to win a whole lot of games.
Right.
But what could happen is Chicago is in the fourth quarter playing competitive in a lot of games.
Yep, I agree.
That could very well happen. But then, it's the battle of nutrition and all that stuff as the season progresses. So, barring that, we should be the NFC North might be the most competitive conference in football.
I ain't mad at that either. I would agree. I would actually agree with you on that. I would agree. I think Caleb's going to
win offensive. And that's what I'm sorry to cut you off. That's
you good.
That's what the NFC West and the AFC North.
yeah, and the AFC East, because I think that's going to be a very competitive division this year too. I agree. I think Caleb's gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year, but I don't think Jaden's gonna be very far behind. I think I honestly feel like towards the end of the season, it's gonna be neck and neck. I think it's gonna be neck and neck with this Offensive Rookie of the Year race. But ultimately, I think Caleb ends up pulling away with it. And I agree with you. I think Chicago is gonna be a very fun team. Like they're gonna put up numbers, they're gonna be exciting, but I don't know, man. I don't have a whole lot of faith in their head coach. I really don't.
Yeah, it's still every time he talks, you just get that vibe of I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. It's like, all right, bro. Okay.
Next up, we're gonna make our predictions for Defensive Rookie of the Year. The Vegas odds have Latu out of Washington. Dallas he went to Indiana, the Indianapolis Colts. Dallas Turner out of Alabama, who's going to be playing at Minnesota this year. Jared Verse out of Florida State, playing for the Rams. Byron Murphy out of Texas, playing for Seattle. And Terrion Arnold out of Alabama, playing for Detroit. Those are the top 5 guys with the Vegas odds.
I know I should know his name, and I feel bad, but whoever had number 40 at Alabama last year that came out, the linebacker, him.
I think you might be talking about hold on. I think that's Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
No, that's 15.
Whoever had 40, every time they needed to stop, especially in that Michigan game, that nigga was coming up hitting.
I'm trying to.
I should know these things. I'm sorry, it's on me.
No, you fine, bro, because I don't know his name either. Kendrick Blackshire.
Is he even on the list?
No, he's not. He's not on the list. But okay, I mean, I'm not mad at. Well, he didn't come out this year, bro.
Oh well, somebody from Alabama or Georgia. that's who usually does it. My bad.
You good? Honestly, I think I'm gonna go Dallas Turner. I'm gonna go to the edge rush out of Alabama that's playing for Minnesota. They usually produce really good defensive talent, and he's playing on a team that they're really gonna lean on him on the defensive end. So I think for sure it's gonna be Dallas Turner. I think he's gonna stand out the most out of all the defensive rookies.
Okay.
Now we gonna go comeback player of the year. Now, once we get into these, bro, it could be anybody that I'm gonna name off the Vegas list, or it could be somebody that is not that I'm not gonna name off. But the top 6 guys they have for comeback player of the year on the Vegas odds, they got Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, Kirk Cousins, Anthony Richardson, Kyler Murray, or Nick Chubb. Out of those 6 guys, or anybody else that you can think of, who do you think is going to win comeback player of the year?
I fuck with them. They're all of them too. That's crazy. That's the crazy part. But I mean, I would love it. Me being me, this is crazy. And I love my dog Kyler, man. But I still just don't feel confident that they put a team around him where they can win. Now, if a couple games go a certain way and they keep the momentum, they can have a situation where they make the playoffs or make any noise. I don't know. But my pick for comeback player of the year is Joe Shiesty. And here's why. Because everybody's been talking about Joe Burrow, like, oh, if he can come back and do it, oh, he's going to be fine. He's going to come back and ball. Now, he's in the similar situation that Dallas just finally addressed with his main wide receiver. But I think even without him being there, they still can win football games. Now, usually him being there is how they win football games. But I have confidence that Joe Burrow is an elite quarterback in this league. Only person with a winning record against Patrick Mahomes out of all NFL quarterbacks.
Very true. Very, very true. I think we forget about that sometimes. My choice for comeback player of the year, if he can stay healthy, health pertaining, I think Aaron Rodgers takes this by far. Yeah. If Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna win comeback. I think he's gonna go out there and he's gonna ball the fuck out. That connection between him and Garrett Wilson, once they get that going, look out. Because Garrett, I don't give a fuck what you say. Garrett Wilson is one of the most talented wide receivers in this fucking league. He just hasn't been able to show it because he's had a lot of inconsistency at the QB position. So if Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, him and Aaron Rodgers get on the same page, good luck. Good luck trying to stop either one of them. I'm gonna say that much.
But the NFL hate that motherfucker because their first game against the 49ers.
Who that? Oh, you talking about Aaron Rodgers or you talking about the Jets?
Aaron Rodgers, they hate his ass. Go out there and play the fucking a healthy 49ers.
Well, you know why? Because it's like he didn't get the COVID. I think he lied. No, he didn't lie about. Did he lie about getting the COVID vaccine or something like that?
I mean, he never really lied. He just finally admitted because
he didn't get it. Yeah,
the enzyme. I got a enzyme shot or some shit. It's like, nigga, that's not the vaccine. And to be honest with you, I wasn't mad at it. I didn't take that shit.
I ain't either.
What the fuck?
I didn't either.
Y'all just came up with this shit yesterday. I'm supposed to take it today.
And then if something go wrong, y'all telling me it's my fault because I chose to take it. Kiss my ass.
And then viruses they mutate and come back stronger. So you have to test this shit over time. Like, okay, all right.
Well, I think another thing too was I think that's the NFL's way of saying like his last like 2-3 years in Green Bay. Look, motherfucker, you gonna come back or what? Because we tired of hearing this shit from Green Bay. So you know what? Here, you play the motherfucking Super Bowl runner-ups this year. This gonna be your first welcome back.
They hate that, man. they hate that, man. But I do like Aaron Rodgers, the football player.
I do too. I do too.
He's a talented guy, and I mean, they always had a defense. They got an offensive line. I'm not worried about it. Yep, they have an offensive line. I'm not worried about it. They'll be fine.
All right, so next up, we have the Offensive Player of the Year. Vegas odds have these 6 guys at the top of the list. Tyreek Hill, Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, or Bijan Robinson. It could be any one of these 6 guys, or it could be somebody completely different.
Man, give it to Reek. It's probably going to be Reek again. You really can't stop him. You just got to hope the quarterback and him is having an off day, which rarely happens. CD just came back. I mean, but Dak, he knows the offense. He knows Dak. I mean, he was working out hard as fuck before he got paid, just staying ready, like professionals do.
Right.
But yeah, give it a Reek, man. I don't even know why while we talking about this. Give it to Tyreek, man. You give it to Tyreek till he don't feel like playing no more.
Fair enough.
How about that? Just give it to Reek, man. Reek down there somewhere, man.
I'm actually gonna go with somebody who's not even on this list. I'm gonna go with Saquon. First year in that Eagles offense, he got Kellen Moore as offensive coordinator. He's in a division where he gets to play his former team twice a year. He's in an offense where they don't need to he's not the focal point of the offense, so they won't have to fucking run his ass into the ground. I think it's gonna be Saquon. I think Saquon is about to have a career year in Philadelphia. So I don't know how he didn't get in. I feel like he didn't get enough consideration for this award.
Yeah, I can see that. I can totally see that. But I mean, I just
hope he can stay healthy. I'm gonna throw that out. I hope he can stay healthy.
That, and whether we like to admit it or not, that coach is on the hot seat. So
yeah. Well,
that's how the media will portray it. To me, I'm like, this man just took you to the Super Bowl. The defense wasn't the same defense that it was the year before.
I'm sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of NFL media. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to get and start my own podcast, because I don't like what the fucking NFL media does. Like, making a big deal out of fucking preseason. Then like last year, I hate this shit. Remember when CJ came out last year, he failed that Wonderlic test or whatever, that test like your IQ and whatnot. And they were saying that, oh, well, and even before then, they were saying that, yeah, well, we don't think he's worth the first round pick. We don't think, he'll be a franchise QB or can play at the next level. Then as soon as CJ went out there and started balling, oh, there were teams that wanted to trade up to get him, and fuck all that. Like, bro, ain't nobody trying to hear that shit. Like, where was this
kiss ass now?
Like, where was this energy at for like 6 months ago? I hate that shit. That shit, it pisses me off every time, because they do it year in and year out. It pisses me off every time they do that shit.
I feel you on that. I totally agree, because they try to take a narrative and spin it to try to get in I feel like they do that sometimes to try to get in the player's head.
Yeah.
And sabotage their career. And it's like, bro, this man's a rookie. He's trying to adjust from playing a Big Ten schedule to playing the NFL schedule.
Right.
With like 5 more games added on to the season, or 6 more games added on to the season. However many it is to get to 17.
Right.
I went to Ritter. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's just bullshit, man. You have to choose what you want to hear and listen to. Most of the time, if there's not a game on, I'm not watching that shit. Or I'll play the media outlet that talks about sports in a fair opinion that I like to hear. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't always have to be the main thing.
Right.
The main thing is the main thing.
Right. And this is why y'all need to come fuck with us, because we gonna give y'all the real shit. We're not gonna give y'all what the fuck that they trying to feed everybody else. You gonna come over here and get pork chops and mac and cheese. You ain't gonna come. We're not gonna feed you Big Macs and fucking French fries.
So soulful, something to nourish the soul, the mind, the body.
Something to stick to, some substance, something to stick to the ribs. You know what I'm saying?
Something stick to the bones. You know what I'm saying? make you feel warm on that winter night, that autumn night. You know what I'm saying, man?
That's right. That's right.
Know what I'm saying, man? All right, man.
Moving on, we have predictions for the Defensive Player of the Year. Vegas has these 6 guys at the top of the list: Micah Parsons, Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Max Crosby, Nick Bosa, and Aiden Hutchinson. I'm going to take this one first. It's going to be TJ. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. It's going to be TJ. Y'all robbed him last year. Y'all said the fuck y'all want to say. Oh, pass rush, win rate, blah, 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 blah. Bro, every game that you watch TJ Watt in, he is wreaking havoc. There were a couple games that the Steelers won last year because of the Steelers defense and because of TJ Watt. The Cleveland Browns are not winning games because of Myles Garrett. This is not taking anything away from Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett is a great, pass rusher. I think he's a great defensive end. I think he's a great defensive player. But overall, I think TJ Watt is the better defensive player. He should have won last year. Go look at the stat. Go look at the forced fumbles. Go look at the sacks. Go look at the film. It'll speak for itself. But this year, I think we get a very pissed off TJ Watt, and I got TJ Watt taking Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay, yes, you're right. Everything you said is right. But damn, didn't the nigga win 2 years before that?
I don't give a fuck. He should have won it again last year.
No, Micah should have won because Micah literally controlled football games.
Not like TJ Watt, bro. Go look at the film. Nope, bro. Nobody changed the game on the defensive end like TJ Watt did last. Hell, if it weren't for TJ Watt, we'd have lost about 4 or 5 games. We'd have lost if it was not for TJ Watt, the Steelers would have lost about 4 or 5 games.
Yes, because TJ would show up in the fourth quarter. Micah would show up all 4 quarters. So by the fourth quarter, when he's getting fucking double teamed, he's tired.
He
had like 5 sacks against the Giants, although it was the Giants. But still, in one game.
TJ led the league in sacks total with 19, bro.
He did that shit the 2 years before.
Which means he should have won it again. He should have fucking won it. He should not have lost to. He should not have lost to a motherfucker that only had 14 sacks to 19.
Give it to Micah because he not on them steroids.
Still, TJ not on no fucking steroids.
At Bosa boy on them steroids.
I'm not gonna argue with you there.
That motherfucker, that motherfucker Hutchinson motherfucking. Oh no, that's in Detroit. That motherfucker in Las Vegas, he on steroids. Mr. Crosby,
Max,
he's on fucking all playing. Max ain't on steroids. He might be on the weed.
Yeah, you know that's what he on.
I ain't never seen the motherfucker smoke a cigar like if you ever smoke a cigar and try to inhale that motherfucker, you gonna think about, oh, I'm getting ready to die. He was hitting that motherfucker like a backwood, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, finally got that win. They got like their 4th win of the season, and you would have thought they just made the playoffs.
No, I tell you what, Aiden Hutchinson is from Detroit. He been up there running around with Iceberg Vizo with T Grizzly, you know. They just got his ass all riled up. That's why he up there playing like that.
And V's and them.
Yeah, that's what that is. But you know, we're gonna say that for a completely different conversation. We come back to that another time.
Babyface Ray and them shit, Cartier's bust and shit, bust down. You know what I'm saying? 4 gram backwoods.
All right, so next up we have, who do you think is going to be the receiving leader next year? Vegas has at the top of the list, they have Tyreek Hill, Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, Jamar Chase, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and AJ Brown. Out of those 6 guys, who do you think will end up being the receiving leader?
Okay, you know what was so beautiful about the NFL?
Like I said, it could be any one of these 6 guys, or it could be somebody completely different.
Right. What's so beautiful about the NFL? It might be a motherfucker that's not even on that list. Devontae might go the fuck off again. I don't know. Anyway, the beautiful thing about the NFL is like a guy like CeeDee Lamb, who's like probably like 70-60% of the Cowboys offense, they're gonna figure out a way to stop him. Yep. All this taking forever to pay him is gonna hurt y'all because he didn't have time to be there for all the new shit that the offensive coordinator wanted to do for the season. He remembers the old shit, but all the new shit. So now you're trying to cram that in, 9 or 10 days before the season starts. So I'm gonna go with Tyreek because that he has an offensive minded coach to where you know when you play Miami, you're going to see some shit where Tua drops that ball right in Tyreek's hand, ain't nobody by him, and you're gonna be like, how the fuck did they do that?
Either that or you gonna have a little short black streak run right the fuck by you. By the time you realize that it's too goddamn late, he's throwing up that peace sign, fucking sprinting into the end zone.
At the 50 and shit, yeah.
So for me, I think receiving leader, I struggle with this one because, bro, we have so many great wide receivers in the NFL.
But it's such a delicate topic because it all depends on the quarterback play. So you almost got to put the quarterback in this conversation. And so when you look at the names on that list, you know what I'm saying?
So with this one, he's not on the list, and I also think he's going to have a breakout year. I'm going to go with Garrett Wilson. I say that because
again, it depends on the quarterback play. You gotta protect your quarterback.
Yeah, but we know if you've watched Aaron Rodgers in the last, like when he was, healthy with Green Bay, if you know anything about Aaron Rodgers, he has that one guy that once he finds that one guy that he enjoys throwing to, he will pepper him with targets. He's going
Oh
to
yeah.
consistently throw him the ball. And I think Garrett Wilson has all the talent in the world. And I've seen plenty of videos of him working with Aaron Rodgers in the offseason. I think that Garrett Wilson just based off targets, volume, and the fact that he is a hell of a talent. I think that Garrett Wilson will end up being the NFL's receiving leader this year.
Again, if you protect Aaron Rodgers, good things will happen.
Great things will happen.
Yeah. I don't know about a Super Bowl, but
we did that. We did that. Oshkosh bagosh. That's how I feel about that one. That's something totally different.
And the AFC East though, shit, you gotta win 10-11.
You have to.
You
got three. There's three teams that in the AFC East this year, and it's crazy because it was really always just the Patriots. But
it's flipped. It's flipped now. It's all three now.
It's like Miami. Well, Miami. They could win it. The Jets. They could possibly win it. I mean, you can say what you want, but I still think the Bills. They have a possibility. Maybe not win the division, but they still have a possibility to be a good team.
To me, and I felt like this last year, but Bills have a better. Bills defense didn't fall apart like Miami's did. To me, it's Miami's to go ahead and get.
I would agree.
Because who's to say that's going to happen to the defense?
That's true.
And then Tua might have a newfound sense of security with his contract. This has been a crazy offseason term. Niggas getting paid. Everybody got paid.
Yeah.
Everybody got paid.
I'm still waiting on one not to get paid because I want him to come here. I'm kind of tired of all this shit. I want him to come here.
You want him to flip. You want him to stay in the same division. You think they're gonna be dumb enough?
No. I'm talking about Ayuk. I'm ready for John Lynch to quit bullshit and go ahead and send him to Pittsburgh where the fuck he really want to be at.
They trying to. This is what they trying to do. They trying to talk him into signing a 2-year.
Some bullshit.
Banking on being healthy or something.
Yeah, they did some bullshit. That's the fuck they doing. That's what the fuck they doing. They trying to give him that Earl Thomas.
Hey, Ayuk, he said, "Hold on, I ain't CD though. I'm hurt, but I ain't." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He was talking to the GM John Lynch. And he had that shirt behind his back. You know he wanted to slap the fuck out that motherfucker.
But you know what he's saying. You know when they get to talking about like what CD did or whatnot. You know what he gonna say? Yeah, but I've been to a Super Bowl. I've been about 3-4 NFC conference championship games. He hasn't. That motherfucker ain't even made it to the third. That motherfucker ain't even made it past the first round. So you do with that what you want to do with it.
Ooh.
Ayuk, that's what that's what he's saying.
Nah, Lynch was he was on that Tampa team in 2002.
No, I'm saying that's what Ayuk is telling Lynch. Because they talking about the year that CD had, and just what he's looked like coming into the NFL.
Talking about CD. I mean, bro.
Yeah, that's what Ayuk is saying. He's like, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I've been to the Super Bowl. I've been to NFC Conference Championship. I've been about 3 or 4 NFC Conference Championships. That motherfucker can't even make it past the divisional round.
I mean, if you're a Cowboys player, not unless you played somewhere else before you got to the Cowboys.
Right.
You're probably gonna say that. But
right.
But when you're 70%, when you literally cannot run the football and teams know you're passing and you still have success because you have one player that keeps making plays, you gotta pay that.
You have to.
I mean, and then I feel like they got rid of Amari a year too early.
They did.
That's why he was drop city that first fucking year. But the last 2 years, I mean,
they had to get rid of Amari because they were so fucked up in cap space.
I don't like it, but I get it. It's a business. But that could have gotten Dallas over the hump. Just having Amari.
Yeah, I would agree.
for real too. You know, like when
Then
CD
again,
get
we don't know because there's been 2 back-to-back years where I actually thought Dallas could get to the fucking third round, and it made me look stupid both times.
they do that shit, bro. That's Dallas. They do that shit.
I ain't
They'll
falling for
have
it no more.
they'll have like a 3 or 4 game stretch where he's like, yeah, man, if they could do this, they could be great. Good things can happen. Super Bowl championships, awesomeness, and
And
then
then
usually
the
first
moment
round.
pops up, it's like, why the fuck did I ever think this stupid ass shit?
I was watching that Green Bay game, damn near crying with tears, nigga, laughing so fucking hard. I'm like, y'all niggas suck. This nigga Dak look like motherfucker on the fucking field with a shotgun. Like, nigga, you get this first down, I'm gonna kill you, right, nigga, bitch ass nigga. The fuck shit ain't motherfucking simple. Like,
Oh my god.
like
Um,
so, hey, bruh, that shit was over way before the fourth quarter.
yes, it was, man. Oh man, I don't even want to get off into that one no more.
And if the motherfucker make the field goal, Packers would have went to the third fucking round.
Yeah, or if Jordan Love don't throw that last fucking interception.
I like to just think about the field goal. Cause like let's be for real. Homie, yeah, he was in the NFL like what 3 years before he got the start. That was his rookie year. It was last
Yeah, if we being totally honest.
year. He never played in a full fucking season. He was in the NFL, but nigga, he didn't do shit.
Right.
So like to see that, then to see CJ, then Lamar, then Mahomes, then even two of them getting there. Like this to see the evolution of quarterback. Like I remember having conversations about this kind of shit, and
Right.
we're here. So it's beautiful, man.
Yes, it is.
It's really beautiful. It's really beautiful to watch, and I'm privileged to watch it yet again.
Yes, it is. If we was and for so long, it's crazy how everybody was so worried about like, damn, what's gonna happen when Brady retire? What's gonna happen with Peyton and Drew Brees and all those guys retire? And it's like, bro, we were watching it right before we were watching it while these guys were still in the NFL. Like the next generation of QBs is right in front of our eyes, and they are taking the game and doing beautiful things with it.
Yeah, and then what I'm curious to see is all these QBs when they get older.
Yeah.
When the league is full of older quarterbacks,
Yeah.
how is it going to, you know what I'm saying? It was going to go back to the kind of football where we're pocket passing
and they need to run depending on the running back again.
Yeah, and check downs and really
Yeah.
winning the line of scrimmage and all that.
Yeah. So moving on, we are going to predict the NFL's rushing leader next year. Vegas has these 6 guys on the top of the list: Christian McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Bijan Robinson, Breece Hall, Derrick Henry, and Saquon Barkley. It could be any of those 6 guys, or it can be somebody that's not on the list, Ryan. Who are you going to choose? Who are you going to go with for NFL's rushing leader next year?
I really, oh my god, because that offensive line is so good, especially on the run. Like, how do you not pick Derrick Henry? Like, how do you not pick Derrick Henry? How do you not get Dalvin Cook for the postseason and don't play him in the AFC Championship game? Like, what? Why are you asking Lamar to get in the passing match with Patrick Mahomes? Why are you steady giving this team the ball?
I still ask, but I ask myself that at least twice a week. And I'm not even a Ravens fan, but there's some things that I just don't understand.
Watching that shit at your house when Lamar threw that bomb to Zay, I'm like, oh shit.
Like, here they go. Like, here, we got a game now. Here we go.
Oh boy. Little did I know that would be the game.
Yeah.
It was about like 5 minutes into the third quarter. I'm like, what the fuck are y'all niggas doing? I'm sitting there like the Chiefs offense is bad, but if y'all keep giving them opportunities, he's gonna find 87, or he's gonna find somebody.
My thing was
football.
My thing was like, bro, the game was close the entire time. Why the fuck did y'all keep wanting to throw the goddamn ball? That it still bothers me to think about to this day.
But yeah, Derrick Henry, that offense. If they had Derrick Henry last year, they would have ran the fucking ball.
They wouldn't have had no choice.
We got Derrick Henry, man. We got to run the ball.
Derrick Henry probably would have looked at him like,
"Give me the damn ball."
he'd have probably looked at him like, "Hey." He'd hit him with that. So my choice for NFL rushing leader next year, I got a couple different ones, but honestly, I keep coming back to Saquon. Just I like his fit with Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore loves utilizing his running backs, and he's playing behind. I still think even with Jason Kelce retiring, the Eagles are going to have a really good offensive line. They're going to figure out ways to beat you up front. So I still think that and then Saquon is not going to get ran into the fucking ground this year. So I feel like he's going to have fresher legs and possibly be a lot healthier. So I definitely think that Saquon will end up being the NFL's rushing leader next year.
I'm conflicted with that, right? Because Jason Kelce, a lot of people don't realize that he helped with a lot of the checkdowns and shit. He was telling Jalen what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying Jalen can't do it, but when has he been in a situation where he had to?
Yeah, well, yeah, but at the same time, I feel like this is the most talented running back Jalen has played with since he's been in the NFL. You know what I mean? Not to mention he has, he AJ Brown is there, Devontae Smith is there, Jahan Dotson is there. Dallas got he has he has a loaded offensive core. So I think Jalen will be fine in the passing game, but just Saquon being in that backfield, it's like now you have to worry about both of them. You can't just worry about Jalen and you can't just worry about Saquon. You have to worry about both of them. That's why, and that right there, because they know that Jalen is, when they need to run the ball, when they need to get a first down, when they need to convert on fourth down or get into the end zone, that is why I feel like Saquon is going to come in, because everybody's going to be expecting Jalen to run. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I feel like Saquon is going to win the rushing title next year.
I feel like a lot of Jalen's rushing this season is going to be off script. It's not going to be designed, because you can tell he was hurt last year and he just played through it. Because like some of the throws he was missing, I'm like, yeah, he hurt or something, because he was making that shit up home.
Yeah, and at the same time, I feel like his offensive coordinator just was not doing a good job of putting him in the best. What do you call that? Game planning and scheming shit up for him towards the end of the game. Like half the time Jalen didn't. I'm pretty sure Jalen kind of had questions about what the fuck was really going on.
What are we doing? I mean, but like, if you look at his career since he got to Alabama, I said it before, but like he's had pretty much a different OC damn near every year, besides like these last 2 years.
Right.
So having to learn a new system every year is really frustrating.
Yeah. But I think even though it's a new system, I'm pretty sure Jalen knows that this is a system that works. It's a system that's been proven to work. Like Kellen Moore is a proven offensive coordinator. Yeah. So that's like I feel like this will be a major bounce back year for them. For him, Saquon, and that entire Eagles offense.
But damn, bro, like you were at 3 teams and you made the playoffs every year pretty much as the guy, and then your last year, I didn't do shit.
Yeah, but it wasn't no fault of his. The defense was fucking horrible. That defensive coordinator, I don't know how the fuck wherever he's at, stay where the fuck you at. Because that would the Eagles they replacing your offensive coordinator and your defensive coordinator, two guys that don't have necessarily the greatest track record. That was a tough ask, but I still feel like the Eagles made the best of that situation.
True. Still made playoffs, so I mean, they were what 10-0, winning ugly.
Yeah, and then
10-0.
And then the crazy part about that is they got better in the offseason with the team that they already fucking had.
So let's just see if they can put aside all that bullshit and go ahead and get them a championship.
We shall see next week.
Getting to February.
Yes, sir. Next up, we're going to predict who has the most passing yards in the NFL next year. These guys are favored at the top of the list for the Vegas odds. CJ Stroud, Pat Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Brock Purdy, Kirk Cousins, Matthew Stafford, and Jordan Love. Out of those guys, it could be any one of them, or it could be somebody else that's not named on that list. Who do you think has the most passing yards next year?
See Mahomes get back, but seriously, like with all that speed they got on that team, it's hard not to pick Miami. They have a lot of speed.
So you think it's Tua?
Team. Yeah, it's Tua, man. He gonna be top 3. I know that much. I know that much. But I mean, they got better. They Kansas City, they re-signed the safety valve.
Yeah.
Which I said they should have just did anyway, because like on 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 5, that's who he was going to.
Yeah, and then like you said in the beginning of the season, there was really, like you had been saying all season, there was really nobody else that could take attention away from Travis Kelce. That defense, like they know that Travis Kelce is the most reliable weapon on that offense. So it's like if you can take him away, you can not necessarily neutralize, but you can limit the things that Pat Mahomes was able to do on that offense or who he was able to throw it to.
Yeah, but Hollywood getting hurt, like fuck, man. Yeah. I'm happy he didn't have to have surgery, but damn, I would have loved to see him week 1. I would have came in there with some OU shit on just cause that nigga.
So for me, I'm gonna go CJ Stroud to have the most pass yards. When I look at their wide receiver core, their wide receiver depth chart compared to every other team that has, compared to every other team's wide receiver depth chart, the Texans have the deepest wide receiver core in the NFL. CJ had 4,100 yards with Nico, and not. I'm not saying any of these guys are terrible wide receivers. But CJ Stroud had 4,100 yards last year with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, Robert Woods, and Noah Brown. And then they go out in the offseason and go get Stephon Diggs. And let's not forget, John Mechie is still on this team if he doesn't get traded. So I think, and then with Bobby Slowick still there, I just think CJ's gonna be in for a monster year, bro. I think CJ's gonna be in for a monster year. But yeah, CJ's gonna be my pick for the NFL's passing leader next year.
I respect that.
Yep.
I respect that. Just if Diggs doesn't implode the fucking team,
yeah, turn into a fucking diva again.
Yeah, because I mean that nigga week 1. You know what I'm saying? When I cut her, you throw the ball at that time, bro. You looked at me, but you didn't throw the ball. I saw you, bro. I was looking at you.
Yeah, but I also feel like D'Amico Ryans and CJ Stroud and maybe a couple other people. I don't feel like they the type of players to go for that shit. Especially D'Amico. Like D'Amico probably pulled him aside, like, "Hey man, you do remember I used to be an NFL linebacker, right? Like I know how this shit go."
CJ type of nigga, look, nigga, you wasn't open. I'm not gonna throw no pick because you want the fucking ball.
Like I ain't Josh Allen, motherfucker. I really whoop your ass out here.
Josh Allen, I don't know, but that'd been a nice fight. It'd been a nice fight.
Last but not least, out of the NFL awards, we have MVP. These guys have been at the top. These guys were at the top of the list for the Vegas odds. It could be either one of them or it could be somebody else on this list. But who is your pick for MVP? Out of these guys, Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, CJ Stroud, Jordan Love, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa. It could be either one of those guys, or it could be somebody that's not on this list.
If they get the get to the playoffs, they, meaning the Bengals, probably largely because of who?
Joe Burrow.
Because when have we ever talked about a Bengals defense? Ever. Like, not even talking about when Joe Burrow was there.
And I'm going to tell you right now, you're not going to be talking about him this year.
Yeah. No. So, tell you what, if he get that team to the playoffs, it's probably because he played out of his fucking mind. But realistically, my homie, baby.
I knew you was gonna say it.
It's my homie, baby. I mean, like the offensive line is together. They took care of that. They took care of wide receiver on paper. So we'll just see it come to fruition, and it's gonna be beautiful. And Kansas City is gonna be kicking ass, humming along, and I guess it'll be another fucking year of Taylor Swift and all that shit. So yeah.
I battle with this one, but once again, I'm gonna come back to CJ Stroud. The addition of Stephon Diggs already with Tank Dell and Nico Collins and the other fucking 100 wide receivers they got on that team.
He just has to be the same. He doesn't have to get. He doesn't even have to get better. He just
really
has
don't.
to be the same.
He really don't. I'm just like when you CJ getting 4,100 yards with that wide receiver core, then you plug in a Stephon Diggs and a Joe Mixon.
Top 5 wide receivers.
It's like,
top 5 running back.
There are so many things that he's gonna be. It opens up what he can do on offense. So yeah, man, I gotta go with CJ. I gotta go with CJ winning MVP.
Oh, okay. So let me throw in something on here before we get up out of here, dog.
Okay.
Who is your 5 NFL teams that you will be watching closely? No order.
On the spot. Okay.
No order. Just give me your 5.
I'm gonna exclude. I'm gonna eliminate my fandom for a minute. I mean, because everybody knows I'm a Steelers fan, so everybody knows I'm gonna watch the Steelers.
Still a Raven, Viking, Eagle.
Fuck you. But my 5 teams to watch this year: the Chiefs, obviously, because of all the offensive weapons that they put around Patrick Mahomes this season. The Chicago Bears, because I'm interested to see how Caleb looks with all the pieces they put around him on offense.
You said Philly and the Bears, right?
No. Well, Philly. Philly. I want to see because putting Saquon on that Eagles team and then adding a guy like Devin White. Yeah. I think Philly's in for another big year. The Indianapolis Colts. I think they're going to be a very fun team to watch on offense. And then last but not least. This where it gets tricky. As long as he can stay healthy, the New York Jets. As long as Aaron Rodgers can stay healthy, the New York Jets.
Okay, so I got Kansas City.
Okay.
New York Jets. Chicago. Houston.
Damn, how I forget Houston. As much as I've been talking about him.
We got a shot at you too. At fucking the Eagles.
Okay.
The Eagles. Yep. The Eagles. Honorable mentions: Miami, Cincinnati, Baltimore, fucking the AFC North. The AFC. Every like there's if you look at every division, there's a reason why to watch that division if you look at it.
Yep.
Like if you go AFC South, what the fuck is Richardson gonna do? What's Trevor Lawrence gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Or if you go NFC South, is Baker and them gonna repeat? What's Atlanta gonna do? NFC North, that's a gauntlet every fucking year.
Yeah.
But without Aaron Donald, I wonder how that team is gonna look though.
The Rams, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna maybe he comes back. I do feel like he had 3 more years, but that's.
I think he might fuck around and come back, just like he might get that itch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just need a year off, man, to heal up and shit.
Right. All right. So I've been waiting to ask you this question. This has been been a great episode, by the way. I couldn't wait to get on this episode because I couldn't wait to ask this question. If you had 3, I want you to give me 3 wild predictions that you think is going to happen in the NFL this year. It could be anything, but give me 3 wild predictions that you think. It could be a game, it could be a season, it could be a player, but 3 wild predictions that you think could possibly happen in the NFL this year.
49ers do the Super Bowl again.
Okay. Okay. Yeah,
Damn.
give me 3 wild predictions and tell me why.
Because 49ers couldn't beat Mahomes and them. So I guess that's my second wild prediction, tied that in one. And
man, you gotta do something. Those are obvious, bro. You gotta pick. Ultimately, you gotta give me like some not necessarily off the wall shit, but it's just like just some shit that only you, maybe not everybody would agree with. You know what I'm saying?
Eagles don't make the playoffs because the offensive line is terrible.
Okay. Okay, that's one.
Nigga, you put me on the spot with this shit. Wild predictions. Joe Burrow gets hurt again. No, I don't want to see that. Miami makes it to the AFC Championship game.
Okay. All right. I fuck with that. I fuck with that.
We might. I'll probably be walking that back by week 5. Yeah, and the Cardinals make the playoffs.
Oh, okay. All right. I fuck with that. I like that. I like that.
I'll probably be walking that back too. but hopefully not. I just don't see it right now. Like I just feel like they need to go out and get some dogs, put them around Kyler, and let's get this shit done. But they did draft 6 cornerbacks, in the draft. So
right,
we're gonna fix something on this fucking team. Tell you what.
So for me, my 3 wild predictions, I've been beating this. I've been pounding on the table about this since last season. Number 1, I think the Bengals missed the playoffs again. Bro, the thing that pisses me off about this is the Bengals make the Super Bowl once and everybody just think this team is supposed to go every fucking year. Y'all got to cut that shit out. Yeah, I get it. I get it. They're the league sweethearts. They have an unbelievable aura now, but they lose Joe Mixon, and they lose the offensive coordinator who's been there the last 5 fucking years. And the defense, there's too many questions about this fucking defense. So
questions about the defense.
So and then Joe Burrow is coming off of another season-ending injury. So I do not. Not to mention, every other team in the AFC North got better. You can say what you want about the Steelers, but I think the Steelers got a whole lot better than what the fuck they were last season. But yeah, I just feel like I just don't see it with the Bengals this year making the playoffs with all the other crazy good ass teams that's gonna be in the AFC next year.
Steelers have the same question every year. Like, how's the quarterback play gonna be?
Yeah.
Like even like the last 3-4 years, it's been Roethlisberger. That was is Big Ben still Big Ben? What's going on?
I had one, but I got to kind of eliminate it because well, I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Fuck it, and I might catch some heat for this one, but Jaden Daniels beats out Caleb Williams for Rookie of the Year. I like Cliff Kingsbury. You can say what you want about him as a head coach, but I like Cliff Kingsbury as his offensive coordinator. They gave him, he still got a nice running back there with Brian Robinson, and you give him I'm not gonna say one of, but a really good receiving back in the Austin Eckler, and then Terry McLaurin's a fucking monster. Terry McLaurin has been a fucking monster. He's another DeAndre Hopkins. The man's played with like 6 or 7 different quarterbacks and had about 1,000 yards every season. So I can see it's a wild prediction, but I can see Jaden McDaniels beating out Caleb Williams for the Offensive Rookie of the Year award.
Man,
go ahead.
I'm not saying what you're saying is bullshit, but it's like if you saw this nigga at Arizona State and LSU, he don't know how to slide.
Yeah.
And Cliff Kingsbury, I guess, is the NFL version of Lincoln Riley.
I'm not mad at that.
He ain't Lincoln Riley.
Fair enough.
So
yeah, but I like him better. But I've been saying this. I don't think that he was meant
if the offensive line is good,
okay.
maybe.
But I say that because, and I've been saying this, I don't think Cliff Kingsbury was meant to be. I don't think he should have been a head coach. I don't think that should have been his first job in the NFL. I think he should have started off as an offensive coordinator or like an offensive quality control, something to do with the offense, working with the QBs or something like that to start his career in the NFL. Simply because he didn't have a whole lot of success as a head coach in college. He has a losing record in college, and then he goes and getting a head coaching job in the NFL. Like, I don't know why we thought that shit was gonna translate.
His claim to fame was being the OC when Johnny Manziel won the Heisman.
Yep.
And being Patrick Mahomes' head coach.
Yep.
Before he went to the NFL.
And then having, I mean, he had connections with he was trying to recruit Kyler to come to Texas Tech, and then he had Baker Mayfield before he transferred to Oklahoma. So he's had ties with just about every fucking Heisman winner. So I get it, but that shit just didn't work out.
He is responsible for some of the passing schemes that Kansas City runs because they take some of the principles of the air raid, but Andy Reid's been doing this offense shit since what, Brett Favre?
Yeah, pretty much.
So
they did all enter Pat Mahomes, plug and play. Plug and play.
Yeah, he's literally like a more accurate, better decision maker version of Brett Favre.
I ain't mad at that, and I even hate saying this. All they did was rip him out the plastic. They just ripped him out the plastic.
We're gonna have you sit for a year over there, looking all nice and shit. Just look at the offense. Look at the offense.
You see that, right? You see that? Would you just look at it? Would you just look at it?
Come the fuck on, man. Come on, man. But I don't know. I mean, yeah. Jaden Daniels. Well, I mean, he's tremendously talented.
Yeah.
Is he going to protect himself?
That's true. We'll see.
Will be answered.
And last but not least, Ryan, I've told you this. I've told a lot of people this. My wildest prediction, and I think there's a very strong possibility this could happen. I think this is the year that we see somebody break Peyton Manning's passing record, and I think that we see somebody throw for 6,000 yards. With them eliminating the hip drop tackle, and with all these quarterbacks being able to, throw on the run, being mobile, being able to improvise, I think that, for one, with them eliminating the hip drop tackle, I think that we see a lot of yards after the catch. And then with how talented all these wide receivers are, this wide receiver class that we had a couple years ago, this incoming wide receiver class, I just think that I just strongly feel like this could be the year that we see somebody throw for 6,000, because the rules are are catered to putting up points, putting up stats, and I think we're gonna see a lot of shootouts this year. So
yeah, I mean, because all the offensive rules is tailored for the offense.
So. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but this is just a prediction I have. I think this is the year that we see somebody throw for 6,000.
All the rules are tailored for the offense, not offensive rules. It's like really, that was the only thing the defense had to at least compete with the shit that they're doing in hip drops, and now it's like it's gonna be ankle tackle city or something. It's gonna be a lot of broken ankles or something. I don't know.
They're literally what's gonna happen is they're literally gonna have to wrap people up and just kind of throw their ass on the ground. That's what we're gonna get in the NFL. We're gonna get a lot of gang tackling and people just getting thrown on the fucking ground. That's what we're gonna get.
Smash mouth football.
Right.
2002 Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
But man, Ryan, the dark days are officially over, brother. The dark days of football season is among us.
Thursday Thursday.
We made it. We made it, brother.
Thursday.
I will be. You know me. I'm be watching. I can't even say that because you're gonna be doing the same thing, sitting in front of TV just like this. I'm like, this one's empty, but you know I'm gonna have one of these. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like, why the fuck would you throw that?
No, I know you. What the fuck are you doing?
Yep. Hopefully, I want to do all that Friday. Save that for Saturdays.
We said, then what you got to say? And then you got to say some of it for Sundays.
Nah, I don't give a fuck on Sunday.
Right on.
I like college more than NFL, but now it's starting to get like the NFL, so I'm probably
right.
hating college too.
I mean, I love them equally both. I just love football. I like high school football, college football, NFL. This is my passion, man. Wherever, it doesn't matter where I am. Like I could be at a club. If I hear somebody talking football, or somebody mention football, or somebody mentions football to me, like bro, I perk up. Like I get fucking excited. My eyes get big. Like I love this shit, man. This is I'm bred to talk about this shit. I can't put it into words.
I love football too, man. Just the camaraderie and the togetherness of it. But fuck Texas.
As always.
I'm gonna continue to say that shit.
Yeah, just so y'all know, there's not gonna be one episode where we don't say fuck Texas, and there's not gonna be one episode where y'all don't see horns down. Just warning y'all right now.
Boomer Stoner.
We just might start off every episode with that. How about that?
nigga, this first year in the SEC. We're here, so fuck it.
We shall see.
Fuck Texas. That's the reason why we're here, because of Texas. We're tired of playing in the Big 12 because we can't beat Oklahoma. So why don't we just go to the SEC and then we're going to be able to compete because we didn't schedule Alabama and then we beat Georgia so we can go to the SEC. Fuck Oklahoma. All that.
Just so you know, that's going in the intro. That's going in the intro.
But look, man, fuck Texas, though.
I would agree.
And I hope you know what? We're just gonna watch the season. It's gonna be a great 12 games.
Yes, sir. This Friday at 6:00.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, man, this has been a great episode. We thank y'all as always for tuning in week in and week out. If you're tuning in week in and week out, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe. But most importantly, make sure you subscribe, man. If y'all watching these videos and y'all not liking and subscribing, we got a fucking problem, okay? Like, share, subscribe, goddammit. That's right. He gonna stab you with this motherfucking pen, with this purple ass pen.
Stick it up your ass.
Then you're gonna be permanently glued to your couch watching football, motherfucker.
Oh, YouTube watch this shit for 16 hours, nigga.
But as always, man, we'll catch y'all next week. Ron, I love you, brother, and I'm gonna see you this weekend, man.
All right, love you too, brother. Be safe, man.
All right, hold on, before we get out of here, it's only right that we do it. Ron, Boomer!
Sooner!
This weekend,
only
my
in
brother.
Norman, baby.
I love you, man.
Only in Norman. Love you too, bro.
All right.